Hello and welcome back to some more exciting CS. This is for the Toyota Master Bangkok 2018. You're joining us for Pro 100 versus Team Kinguin. We're going to be starting off on Keish. You are joined by myself, Jevons, and my co-caster, Fetch. How are you doing, Fetch?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you. How are you doing?
Oh, I am so well, and we've got some action on screen here.
Yeah, I mean, Pro 100 got to be feeling pretty well as this this first round didn't quite go as they as Team Kinguin might have wanted, but here comes a sneaky flank in. There's gonna be a couple more taps. Another one going down. First round to Pro 100, feeling pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of stuff they need for a matchup like this. Team Kinguin, just on paper, would be the tougher team to fight against there. So, with any luck, Pro 100 have been doing their homework.
Well, it's a momentum-based esport. That's my favorite phrase to say. And as such, starting out strong is going to feel very, very nice. One round up, but it is only one round at the moment. I like the fact that Flarich is getting up in this high position. Already managed to find one with a headshot with that Famous. He's trying to pick out Taz as well. Taz, as you were highlighting beforehand, one of the superstar players for this team. That's 3 kills already. More or less what you expect when you are on a pistol round for Team Kinguin, but very nice nonetheless. I didn't even notice the Zeus in Ryland's
I just saw it. You can see where he's setting up here in Squeaky. He's in a close quarter position there, so if he's going to be able to get anyone, that's going to be the way to do it.
Def might peek him any second. He's thinking about it. You can see, or you can feel. Ooh. All right, here's the clutch. Let's see if this Zeus clutch is going to work out. Does also have a Glock, but
I think they've noticed this. No,
Yep.
He was so close. he might have been able to do it, but no, it just didn't work out there. So that said, though, that was of course a throwaway round for them, and you can see with the money invested this time around, AKs, all of that good firepower. This is going to be where the game really begins for these two sides, as we've got our first proper fire round against each other.
well, this is isn't this what we call a bonus round for Pro 100? Because they still have 2 Famouses and an MP9. So it's an interesting situation. Looks like actually there's quite a staggered push. I really like the aggression from Pro 100 immediately pushing up onto that B halls kind of area. They're checking the little white box, trying to keep an eye to see if there are any Team Kinguin players pushing up mid. Looks like they figured out there's going to be an A hit. In fact, there's already one player on the site. There we are, MP9. Don't doubt. It's doing some work for them. One AK player spots out another, gets to get one spray down, but gets traded out by that player at the toxic barrels.
Yeah, right you are saying that it is a bonus round for them. With the MP9 there, they're able to build up a bit more economy there, especially for the fact that he was able to get a kill, but Rollins here.
That's hard. That is so hard to pick. That almost managed to take him down, though, because there's only 3 health left. Now it's Taz on 78% health. Probably not going to be able to make anything of this, but any kills he gets now is probably going to feel pretty good for them. You know, like, I mean, losing a round like this feels bad, especially if it's your first buy round, but hopefully he can take someone else out. Does go into the Toys with Events area. Has actually managed to find himself top of mid, relatively uncontested. So he can, I mean, there are only, 2 players per bomb site. So he's doing back. He's going to find this player here. Oh, not going to find anything. But I mean, hey, that's hard. It's hard when you're the last player alive. And not only was that a bonus round, but I actually think that Pro 100 came out of that with better guns than they went in.
Yes, absolutely. They've picked up the 2 AKs there, which is, well, a bit of a prized possession when you're on the CT side. Being able to pick those up, get a couple on your side is pretty good, because it is definitely the better rifle. It's got better damage, of course, and with a shot to the dome, it is a one-hit kill there. So, Kinguin will be wishing that they'll have some of those for themselves this round, considering they're stuck with pistols. But 3 Desert Eagles, a CZ, and a P250 there. Pretty potent combination. They just need...
I mean,
well,
if you can land the shots, like that's what it comes down to, right? Whoever lands the first headshot wins this trade. It doesn't matter if it's an AK or a Deagle. I know that's an oversimplification, but I mean, hey, come on. You can do it. As long as you've got perfect accuracy, it's fine.
True. Yep. It would be a bit of a mute point if everybody were Scream, say, but they're not. So yeah, it's still there's a bit of a matter in the air.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going onto this B site, though. They've got a couple of flashes to work with. I don't believe either of those have been dropped down just at the moment. Maybe pulling away from that site, opening vents, just in case. Looks like it's very well... They're very well trying to broadcast that this is where they are. They're not trying to be too sneaky about this one. Firing off shots to the Desert Eagle, trying to find some picks through this smoke. Very cheeky plays. There are 2 defending players on here. It's Kenzor and Avon. Avon's in tree room. Sitting back. But no, pro100 not sending any players to the rotate just yet. Looks like there is a push finally now. The M4 takes out one, takes out another one on the spray. Very nice work there. That's 4 already taken out. The final member of Rylan. He managed to get 1 into heaven. What was that? That is so clean. However, he's still firing 2 players from the site. They've got look. An amazing headshot there. Would have got himself a little bit more money in the bank to work with, but...
So they were just, I think, in that round, Team Kinguin were just a little bit too eager to get the bomb into sight there. So you can see when they tried to cross in front of tree room there and get taken down, that was bomb drop. That instantly changed the focus of the action there to right in front of tree room. And to be honest, with the rest of pro100, with 2 of their players out of the 4 surviving towards the end of that round on low health, if Rylan had a bit more time to work with, I think he might not have been able to necessarily win it, but he could have actually laid some real hurt onto the CT side.
So there's been a bit of a spread out play. I feel like this is sort of, correct me if I'm wrong, but this feels like it's a sort of a default, but where they're stacking the players just in a slightly weirder position. You know, like it's more aggressive. They've got 2 players on each of the very wide flanks, 1 player kind of holding down middle. I like setting the AWP to Squeaky and backing it off, which is what they've done there. So Mini does have the AWP for Team Kinguin. On the other side, Pro, Ivan.
Well, they're going to be throwing a little bit of utility towards A here, but they were thinking about it. I don't know if they're going to really follow it up on anything, but yeah, pro100's looking to just remain a little bit more fluid here. They are a bit more focused towards A, perhaps saying to themselves, we'll make this a bit of a B retake situation there. But I mean, Ivan with the AWP, he can hold off some, or at very least buy some time for a rotate if need be.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got 2 players up on the... there are 2 players from Kinguin up on the boost. Looks like they're actually going to mid. Yeah, pro100. They've got the pressure on highway, so if Kinguin do push up highway, they might have something there, but Kinguin have already taken so little health. But unfortunately, they're on B, which is kind of exactly not what you want if you're pro100, but they do manage to... One of them is taken down, and now they're going to go on the retake. However, health bars not too full on the side of Kinguin. We've got a very defensive hold here, and they're sending 3 players to more or less this one... Ooh!
Yep,
what?
There we go.
The shot through the wall with the AWP, it's not going to be lethal, but it does take a nice half health down. Reitz is looking for the rotates. He might manage to find someone, but... Looks like almost they're going to give this one.
Well, I mean, that... It's not completely cool that you'll see a AWP player, even just another rifler, try and counterpick through that wall and checkers there if they see some fire spraying through from the other side. So yeah, I think once Flarek copped that bit of damage there, that kind of told pro100, okay, maybe we should back off on this one. The numbers weren't necessarily too bad there, and to be honest, they had the money to really push that one as well. So yeah, it's potentially a questionable decision there by pro100.
Well, I mean, look at their economy at the moment. Like, they've got 6,000... some of their players have $6,000 before buying. So, I mean, you don't really want to give Team Kinguin too much free room, like, too much room. If you are the underdog in this, you wouldn't think that you wouldn't do too well. That said, pro100 playing so aggressively up into this mid area, they're already pushed into that mid garage. Oof. But there's also a hit already pretty much onto A. So fast. They've got control of Squeaky. 37 health from that grenade.
Yeah, plus the lovely little love tap, if you will.
Yeah, up the grenade. Wow, that is a lot of damage being put... a lot of shots being put down and a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
every bit counts.
Is popping a lot of abuse there. So is Akina, to be honest. He's been spotted in mid, so his position becomes one of a particularly risky one. And they're gonna boost just to see if they can catch him out, but he's already fallen back.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed to get out of that one, but smoothly, I guess. Is still watching over that mid area. Another tag to the wall. Mini?
Yep.
Do you want to chill out with those?
I don't think he wants to. I think this is exactly what Kinguin needs at this stage. It's still early days, but they want an early advantage. They want to try and bring this back as soon as possible. And Taz is going to do some work to that regard as well.
Yeah, find one on highway with the little pre-fire walk around the wall spray, the classic. There's not much health left on this side. Oh, but there we are. There's the player we're talking. Oh, there's the defensive position we're talking about, watching over the middle area. So much flame from the Molotov everywhere. This player is blinded, and his teammate helps him out. Jeez, that was close. So much utility being spread. Only two players left from pro100. I don't think they want to give up 2 rounds in a row, though.
I think Reed spotted Yakinda just momentarily in Toxic there just before the smoke popped. He would have called it, but I don't think he wanted to really contest it because, yeah, the Tracers probably would have given away his position. He just would have died. Roland there will finally put Yakinda out of Kinguin's misery.
Yeah, Roland seems like he's always in a decent position. Had some troubles in the first few rounds converting that into something, but seems to always been in the right spot. And of course, it's going to be the classic AWP save. I think I'd be very disappointed at the moment if pro100 weren't saving in this one. But nonetheless, this has been a nice pressure shift from Kinguin. They've immediately kind of known how to hit onto the sites. They've been getting some of the shots through the walls, as you've been talking about before. Mini doesn't really need line of sight with the AWP, but there was a very nice save there where I don't remember which player it was who was coming out of coming out of A main, getting flashed. You know, the pick coming through to save their life. Whew. That's when we got to buy your buddy a drink afterwards.
Yeah, that was Minnows there saving his teammate, and yeah, that's exactly it. That's what we're seeing with pro100 as well. We were talking about how does Yakinda get out of that position in mid there. It's because his teammates will throw in the utility, the Molotovs there, into garage, and that'll pretty much give him the space he needs to get out. So that's good. You can tell that both teams here, they've been playing together for a while. pro100, I think their core has been around since about maybe May 2017, I believe. Yeah, and Kinguin, I think, just have a lot of experience behind themselves as well. So yeah, they don't necessarily need as much time to get into the flow of things. But anyway, we're seeing
interesting little kind of push here. I mean, they put a lot of utility onto A. Well, some utility onto A, and they've committed a couple of players over there, but it looks like the rotate might be coming back to B. I reckon those Team Kinguin players, maybe they're just looking for another pick. There's that one player who's boosted up into that boost box. Oh,
ooh.
Wow.
Yep, nope, just a common spot.
Yep,
Reed's able to shoot through the smoke, so yeah, pretty impressive, and he's not going to get any additional for it. Kenzo is able to get out there.
Oh, but an awesome... Oh, no! Okay, that was his teammate's fault for walking in the middle of that one, but now they know where the bomb... I think they know where the bomb is. They know that the hit's here. They can rotate their players. It's a very dangerous game you're playing, Rylan. But managed to find one behind the box, and is he going to get the plant? Yep, it's a 1v2, but one of those players has 5 health, and the other one isn't quite... Oh, there he is. All right, this is the tense game of peekaboo we always love to see in Counter-Strike. The players moved out. I don't know if Roland spotted him. There's one taken out. It's the 1v1, and he finds it for the one. I don't even know if that was a 1v. Sort of.
He got 4 kills that round. Roland got 4 kills that round. Plus a quick note there. So you notice how he went to plan it initially open on that platform, but then he quickly changed his mind. If he hadn't have done that, that round would have been over right then and there, because there was the rotate coming through B mains. So just that last second thought of let's go for a safe plant, like a super safe one behind cover there, is that worked out amazingly, and that's pretty much what gave him even the chance to clutch it out after that point.
Yeah, and I mean, a kill onto the ally as well to go along with it, just to pad that kill section.
He's redeemed himself. He got 5 kills that round. Just one of them happened to be Taz, which is a bit of a
That's sort of an ace. That's basically an ace. It's good enough. Anyway, nice pick by Mouse this time instead of Mini getting one. Not through a wall, but you know, we can forgive him for that. It's still an AWP kill. That's still good. Taking that into the 1v4. Oh my god, Yakinda!
Yeah, well, that's
perfect.
That's what you're saying. If you've got that perfect accuracy, he's okay.
Yeah.
The AWP is being dropped up there, so that's going to be more for the sake of denying the CTs a chance to get it. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're
I don't
looking at
actually
B
know if
side
they
now.
saw this player up on the boost boxes last round. So they've infected another one. There's the kill. The bomb's down. Gets another kill. And rotates and gets the one to Squeaky. That is a very nice, clean 3 plays. Mini, however, trying to play the redemption arc. There are still 2 defenders here, and only Mini. Sorry, well, yeah, 2 defenders on the site. 3 now. Never mind, I can count. Now Mini's trying to peek out with an AWP. This is a very, very hard task. Looks like the team of Pro100 going to play defensive. They know they've got the bomb. And there we are. Mini's dropping back. Wants to hold on to that AWP. Poor boy. That was a very good boost there.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of bang for your buck just going for that. So, I mean, you have also Flourish as well, keeping a very level head during that situation as well. I mean, he does get knocked down to some pretty low health there, is able to get the first 2 kills on, well, one, Taz running out to site there with Bomb. Bomb first. Not the biggest fan of it, but, you know, they did it. Gets the second kill, and then instantly shifts so that he can keep an eye on Squeaky as well. So, yeah,
look, I've seen players freak out more over, you know, aimbots. So, you're right. It's pretty good, pretty calm little play there. I like the little flash into A main whilst leaving. It's a very stylish technique. Sorry, B halls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the thing that did perhaps stop Kinguin from being able to peek a little bit more than he wanted to on B main, and that's it. Manez is pretty much here to set things on course again for Team Kinguin.
Flarich, what is? Sorry, to your point.
I was just gonna say this will be a good opportunity for them to reset Pro 100 as well. So if they can get away with this round, then they've in my mind I'd say they've definitely got their 5th round and they'll be able to even up the score.
All right, not a fan of the bomb going first, but what about the bomb on someone with 21 health? Rylan has been taken relatively low. Ooh, Minis once again. Another nice AWP shot. That's 2 for the bank right now. Turn this into a 5v3. Still don't quite have control of the point. Now they're close to. Yukenda this time being the one who plays it close up. It does end up being a 2-for-2 trade, which doesn't favor the team who has, you know, who only had 3 players left, but nonetheless, they do still have 1 player. Decided to walk back. Does only have the M4, but nonetheless, once again, going to concede that round. Keep 1 rifle alive. They've still got some gold on some of their other players, so that's at least something. Ooh, that's bad. He's
got himself an AWP now.
That feels bad, sorry.
That is definitely a good save. If he can run away with it, that's going to be pretty much gold, worth its weight in gold this next round. And given the fact that Pro 100 are going to be on a reset here, that they could force up a little bit around this, but yeah, well, we'll have to see what they want to do there. I mean, ultimately the end goal is not going to be necessarily the next round, but the one after it. And oh no, Kenzari, you are a very lucky man indeed.
Absolutely, that wall saved his life. I don't know if that was a leg, if he legged him as well, but that wall definitely coming in clutch for Kenzari. Looks like it's going to be the... it's an interesting buy. There's a couple of rifles there. I don't know what happened to that Famous. There it is. Gone into Kenzari. Very, very comfortable buy on the side of Kinguin. One of their players still has $5,000 left. There's going to be a lot of immediate fighting straight into the mid area here. Well, okay, it's not fighting. It's just Rylan spraying. Rylan's been caught in a few awkward shots, so trying to trade some of those back. Very awkward buy, though, at the moment for Pro 100. They have some utility, though. Like, they've got some decent utility. That's worth something.
They do. Plus, you'll see for some of their players, they are definitely sticking close to each other as well. And for the sake of the AWP, at the very least, I think this is a very good idea. Because if the AWP Yukenda goes down here, he's going to have, in this case, Def, who'll be able to pick it up. As long as he doesn't die, he's just taking a grenade to the face.
Yeah. That's a bit rough for Def. Does have the MP9, so I guess a good spray at close quarters, catching someone off guard could still be something, but typically you want a bit more health. You want as much health as you can when you're running those SMGs, considering how low damage they are. But hey, they're doing their best. The aggressive positions, actually, what do you think about this aggressive position in sort of flash window? What I thought was called, I normally call sunroom. Oh, there we are. The CZ75 picking off 1. So there's one AK down, especially if Avian can manage to find that, but unfortunately the AWP's going to be the end of him. Rylan managed to find Yakinda. So that's going to be... Actually, that's the AWP for the CT's taken out as well. And look at the terrorists already pushed onto this site. Nice spray. The FAMAS is doing some work. They've got bomb down on site. However, 2 AKs pushing 1 player. You got to think this is going to end well, but the tree room assist is huge. What was the end of that round, Jevons?
Well, that's the thing. You would have initially expected the AWP to be the real savior of that round, but yeah, it turns out it's the full spy onto the FAMAS that really does it there. So Kenzori is getting amazing value out of it for sure there. So that's pretty much it. There was a very good hold there. There wasn't much time left in the round either, so Team Kinguin put themselves in a position where they wanted to whittle away the CT defense there, but weren't successful in doing it, and that eventually meant that they just had to try and push onto a side without really taking too much care and consideration. So
this time, at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be B. AWP managed to
Ivan,
find
you
one.
Get out of there.
Oh yeah, and a lot of damage put out as well. There was another player tagged down to 14 health. So that's a stressful situation. This is part of the benefits of the pro100 aggressive style, but Kenzori has to be careful as well, because if they check that angle, that could be really awkward. But if they don't, that's going to be an absolute field day. But no, they both... No, there he is, finally revealing himself a bit too late. It's a bit of a mess there, but nonetheless, it's 2 for 3 in the extended trade of the entire game. 2 players left to kind of hold on to this site. They have bomb. It's going to be planted surely now. If a grenade doesn't have anything to say about it, there's a grenade and a molly. Neither of those really managed to connect. 97 health onto Roland, but the bomb has planted. They have a player watching heaven. Got to think the other one's going to be watching the entrance from Tree Room.
Oh, and the utilities coming in. They've blocked off checkers. They've mollied the platform as well.
Ooh, nice turnaround. Yep. Well coordinated play, I think. Sorry to cut off.
Well, no, absolutely. That's pretty much what allowed them to win it by throwing the Molotov onto the platform there, smoking the checkers as well. They pretty much reduced the amount of positions they could really be attacked from. So, yeah, that's a good retake from them. And we have a pause coming in as well from Kinguin. I'd imagine this would want to be a tactical.
Well, okay. If they're going to be having a chat about what they should do to come back into it, how about we do the same? Jevons, what do you think Kinguin's going to be doing here? What do you think they're going to be talking about? What do you think they're going to be trying to do? I mean, obviously, win more rounds is probably a pretty obvious one, but like, how do they do that though?
To be honest, I think the mid game is going to be the most important thing for them. They haven't necessarily been able to get a lot of early picks against pro100, but if they take full advantage of that mid-round time there and at least get themselves onto a site and plant the bomb by that stage, that gives them so much more room to work with. And that's been one of the problems, is that they've either been sort of caught at the end of rounds, or in other cases, they've actually just put themselves in a bit of a dire situation by not being able to control where the bomb is, whether it be that a player who was holding it got dropped and they were the first ones in. Therefore, that meant, okay, we 100% have to go onto this site now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think, really, perhaps even early round then, you can see that they've actually moved onto the site there. This is the aggression that we wanted from them.
The big boy pistols are coming in huge at the moment. AWP's got something to say to that, but there's the bomb down, which is that's decent enough at the moment. They're gonna feel pretty good about that, but you know, I think they're pretty sure they'd like to win this round now that they've got a 4v2 advantage. They are playing into an M4 and an AWP.
They're running.
Secured one AK back. Oh wow, no, yeah, you're right. They're running. I mean, there might be an interesting conflict here near T-spawn. Oh no, feels bad. Feels bad to be Tech 9 to death.
Oh, it definitely does. This is great, because it not only played on the fact that that they were getting stuck in those mid to late rounds before, but also the fact that earlier in this game we did see pro100 not wanting to go for risky retake situations. So even though they had a lot of firepower, they had the AWP, and they were really at that point just facing up against one rifle and a few pistols, they still didn't want to push that matter either. Even when they had so much money behind them, they didn't want to do that. So if that is something that Kinguin can turn into a advantage for themselves, then absolutely, that's how they make this perhaps an 8-7.5 in their favor.
Well, I mean, pro100 haven't been too comfortable. I actually like the fact that Once again, we see pro100 pushing super aggressively up mid. There's a nice little tag. A bit of damage onto Kenzori. Not too much at the moment. Bit more of a grenade. A small amounts of damage coming out from Kinguin. They do have the big weapon advantage right at the moment. There are a couple of rifles on the side of pro100, but at the moment, there's not a ton they got to use. Yakinda trying to look for another one of those miracle deagle plays. Maybe not a miracle deagle plays, but very, very nice deagle plays. I'd like to see another one of those.
Well,
Wouldn't be opposed.
I'd actually say Def might be in the best position possible. He's the one with the FAMAS there, and he's sitting below in counter boost spot mid. And if they don't watch for this position, he could get 1, 2, and if we're going to see something amazing, 3 kills, but
Not
they
to
do
be.
check it. They do check it, so it's careful play that we want to see from Kinguin. They're using their time effectively, which means that they're actually able to do that, unless you run into Ivan with a CZ.
Yeah. That is an interesting situation where you got like 4 players in vents, and they're dropping down now, but they're going to be lambs to the slaughter, maybe. Managed to get a couple there, 2 for 2 in the extended trade, I believe. Nice little AWP shot there by Minis. But I mean, that's what we've come to expect. Flarich has the deagle, is moving over, so there's at least going to be an attempt here. Coming through vents there.
He gets a rifle.
I believe they've heard him. Does, there's the AK. They've spotted him out now. AK versus AWP. AWP wins most of the time, one would think. Especially in a peak battle.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because if, yeah, when I was there, as soon as he had that angle, there was nowhere for Flarich to go in checkers. He was effectively locked in. And yeah, I think there was going to be too many ways out of that. He could have tried to hop across there, but yeah, they would have set up the crossfire and he would be dead. We're seeing a B stack here from pro100, almost entirely. In fact, yep, no, that's all 5. We've got Def who's up in heaven now.
Interesting, especially as the bomb's on the other side of the field. But Team Kinguin have walked back and forth between bomb sites more than just about any other team I've seen. And yeah, it is also a pistol round. Like, it's worth saying that this isn't them being like, oh no, this is the best strat for this round. It's just them making 50-50, right? Like, they're like, yeah, if we have 5 pistols on one spot, holding one angle, and they walk through that one angle, hey, maybe we get like 4 kills. Brilliant. Looks like bomb might actually be rotating over there. Maybe. Might be going through mid as well. It's hard to say.
Well, they've got a minute left, so really what they should be doing here is just trying to get as much info as possible. If Reitz is successful in getting the recon, that extra info, onto this A bomb site, he might honestly just make the call to rotate. They can do that in force, and there's nothing pro100 is going to be able to do to stop them.
Def is starting to kind of keep an eye on that mid area, but nope, he's going to back out now, so I don't think they're going to see anything here. They still seem kind of half committed to that B site. Nope, they realize there's no one on A, and pro100 are, yeah, they're not in the best position, one could say.
Well, that's the thing. Kinguin now can set up into positions where they can pick off rotates. You see, Taz is sitting just outside Z in middle. He's got Minis there with the AWP to help him out there. And you also have Mouse, who's basically sitting behind in B main there. He's going to be able to get quite a few kills. Yeah, it's basically a shooting gallery for him, except this gallery shoots back.
with USPs, at least. Or Deagle versus or... Ah, there we go! I mean, there was some allies there for, you know, kind of teed up some of the cannon fire, but nonetheless, not bad. However, probably going to kill on the way back. Yep, there we are. Kenzo seemed very, very happy with himself there. Running away with his AWP, all jolly-like. Not to be, unfortunately.
Nope. You could say he was almost skipping away with with glee, with delight. But Taz was the rain for that parade and stops it right then and there. But that's very good. In fact, I'd consider that, considering what pro100 put into that round, that would be a bit of a failure if one of their players were able to make it away with an AWP. So,
yep. Well, it does mean that we're tied up. It's the last round of the half, and everyone's got a rifle of some sort. Mini does have an AWP, which we've seen to be very effective. It looks like that's going to be hit onto B. It is such a messy one. Two players right next to each other, both of which are flash. That feels very disastrous, and these AKs are coming up huge. There's the AWP. Once again, Mini's pretty reliable on that AWP, and there's no reason for Kenzor not to go for this one, but it's a matter of how's he going to do it. Looks like he's pushing up highway. Got himself that M4. He managed to find one of them. He's very low health, though. The AWP to the wall. That's going to be it. 7-8. You called it. You called it, Jevons.
You know, it's yeah, it's a gift. No, that's it, man. This is one of the signs that you'll see from a mix of some really experienced Polish players. So in the form of Taz, Mouse there, and Roland too. They know how to keep a level head. They know how to get information, adapt to their opponents. Pro100, they definitely had a strong start. And to be honest, if they're able to bring this map back at all, I think it was just the fact that they would have been able to catch Kinguin off guard. But as we shift over to the T side for this Pro100 roster, you got to see what their attack is like on this map. If they're able to,
Sorry.
jump in.
Can I do something very dangerous and actually try my hand at a bit of analytical work here?
Go for it. Yeah. It is very dangerous, though. So
yes.
Please be careful.
Especially for someone as simple as me. Could you say that Pro100's really unorthodox play was what got them that early advantage, and also that Kinguin were giving these unorthodox picks a bit too much respect? Like, you know, we talk like you always want to give an opponent some respect, because if you just walk in all guns blazing, you're probably going to get picked off. But if you give them too much respect, you end up burning down the clock, and then you have to make a drastic decision at the last second. And what it felt like to me was the fact that Kinguin were giving too much of that. They were playing a bit too slowly to begin with, because the second that pause came in, and they just rushed to site, and Pro100 were just like, oh my god, they're here so much faster than I expected. And they got picked off because that wasn't their style from there on in. And that tempo play seemed to be what got them those last few rounds. Would you agree with that?
To a degree, definitely. I mean, you could see that with those first 4 rounds there. In fact, it was the 5th round where Pro100 had been pretty dominant. In fact, if you take a look at the survivors, they had a minimum of 3 of their players alive for the first 4 rounds. So it wasn't like those were hard-fought rounds or anything like that. But as soon as Kinguin got a sight, even though they had so much money there, it was so easy for them to get bullied around after that point. And I think that, with that very high-tempo approach that they brought into the last few rounds there of this first half, that pretty much played to that really well. So not only was it easy for them to basically rush on there and get a few early picks and then basically decide the round then and there, it was also a matter of the fact that Pro100 weren't giving them any reason not to do that. They weren't punishing any fast approaches. And if you want to take a look again back to those early rounds, they were able to punish Team Kinguin quite a bit when they made a mistake, whether it be that the bomb was going in first and was easily cut off from the rest of the team there. I mean, that boost position from Flourish, the fact that they didn't necessarily react to him or anything like that, or the fact that they just the rest of Kinguin, once one of their players went down, would typically just try to rush in after it and just go, nope, we're committing to this site, we're just going to run in after this and see if we can get those picks. They weren't necessarily able to shut down Flourish in those cases. So yeah, I would say going into this next half with Kinguin in a position where they're not necessarily going to be able to rush, or might not be too advisable for them to rush, Pro100 really have to find something to build up their confidence. This is something that is going to be absolutely crucial for them when they're the ones who have to make the move, when they have to pick a site or make that risky peak or anything to that degree. It's Pro100 who are going to have to basically step up to the plate. So if they can't do that, I think we're going to be seeing a more favorable second half for Team Kinguin. Let's see where they're going. I mean, some of these Pro100 players are getting amazing results. In fact, the best the best KDR on the server so far is Kenzori there. He's got 15 to 6. So he is able to get these kills without any real retribution better than anyone else on the server so far. But
and some of those kills were very stylish. Like you've got to talk about that as well. Some of Kenzori's plays were just like, oh yeah, one dig. Oh yeah, just casually.
Yeah.
They were very nice. Some very
some
nice
of the ones in
there.
mid. I mean, we're actually looking at Roland at the moment, and speaking of some amazing shots, that again that deagle flick that he got onto B sides there onto B plat was amazing. I think that's one of my favorite moments of this series so far. And...
All right, so this. Oh wow,
Ivan!
There we are.
You're also quite stylish yourself.
Yeah, there's no that was just one pick. There was no one else on this site. I do think that Team Kinguin kind of have the... It looks like they've got the discipline to not overcommit to this one. They've realized that it's a B hit now. There's 2 players on this B site. There's already a lot of people on the site for pro100. They've already found 2 kills. It's going to be very, very hard for Reitz and Taz to try and retake. But hey, maybe they're probably going to try it. One is in tree room. Nope, never mind. One's gone all the way back to CT spawn. So right now it's Taz possibly going for looking for picks on the rotate. Looks like some of those shots were going towards the platform there.
Yeah, I would honestly call this an almost unwinnable situation for them. I mean, not only is it just the numbers advantage there, he also has on Def, and he is holding that purely for the fact that he wants to molly that bomb if he gets a chance. I mean, well, Reitz is able to get something there, so I mean that's a consolation prize, but yeah, without the kits, with so little work, with no flashes or any other utility at the time there, they weren't going to be able to take that back. So I think holding back, keeping that armor so you can actually throw a lot more of your money if you wanted to force up this time into perhaps this round or the next one after that would be the better idea. So they're going to be playing for the next round, not this one, and you can see that purely from the fact that we still have 3 USPs, a little bit of armor, and all the utilities going out there, and they do get a bit onto Flarich.
Oh wow, quite a bit onto Flarich actually.
Yeah.
So there are only, well, I mean, there are 4 AKs on the other side, so you got to think this is a massive uphill battle for Team Kinguin. This was kind of what we saw last time, though. pro100 won the pistol round, won the round after. Didn't stop Kinguin from being able to come back. Ivan now trying to find a bit more of an opening onto this A site, though it's pretty open at the moment if they do go now. One player's on the highway, one player's sitting back near a truck. Looks like Rylan's going to be walking through Zed. pro100. I've spent a long time waiting for this, so, you know, this is probably as close to an advantage for Kinguin as you got to think they're going to get this round.
Well, that's got to be it. I mean, the fact is, I think pro100 were just holding back for a bit of aggressive plays. And now that they have the site and they know that the CTs have to come to them, it's pretty much just going to be a bit of a shooting gallery. I think Flarich is going to be a little bit disappointed that he hasn't gotten anyone with the Mac 10 yet. That is supposed to be the money maker of this round.
He's been shooting like crazy. He really wants to kill as well. It's not like he's just been sitting there being like, oh yeah, I guess I'll hold the tight angles. It does make sense though. Your point before about pro100 not wanting to not wanting to just rush in, considering the fact that they are facing into pistols, so those AKs can do a lot more work at range.
Roland with the booster. He might be.
I think he's been spotted though.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah. Oh wow, the distraction. All right, there we are. The 3 kills at the end. That was a bit silly. Yeah, Flarich chucking away the Mac 10 in disgrace.
Doesn't even want to look at it.
Actually,
he's gonna be handing over to Def there, so not a bad idea. I mean, that's one way to upgrade.
That's gonna be the big fight. It's wow. Kenzo managed to find one already onto the B site. There's one more following soon after. Those get traded back eventually, but it's 1-for-1 going back and forth. 3v3 now. At the moment, there's some action happening near vents. One player gets taken down from checkers. Now it looks like they're going to take more. The CT is going to take more defensive position. The moment bomb hasn't even been planted. There's one coming down from vents. Taz has managed to get down without too much trouble. At least does get traded out finally. So it's the UMP, the SMG on the defense. It's just Rylan. Rylan is in tree room. Gets spotted out by the AK. Pushes actually quite cleverly while the other player wasn't peeking. Goes into headshot. Gets taken down by well, a headshot. Funny that.
Okay, so this is something that that I was hoping to see from pro100 there, and that is they just running straight into a site. It seems a bit basic on paper there, but I mean, if they can show that they've got the confidence to run in, get those picks, they can throw enough utility, know enough about the sites, and where to put their smokes to actually be able to, you know, undo a team like Kinguin that easily, then that's very good. That's a very promising sign for this second half.
It is, but here's the aggressive push up by Kinguin. One of them gets immediately punished without getting any damage back. Taz is here as well, though. Takes him a little while to get taken down, but he does finally get taken. Just spraying into the smoke just to make sure there's no one else popping out of that. Looks like the rotate's coming out from Team Kinguin. They're going to have 3 players on this site eventually. Once again, pro100 know they've got the range advantage. They're going to utilize that. 1 minute 15. They're already at the site they've chosen, so they can take their time. But there's so many Molotovs, yeah. Oh no, standing on fire there. That's alright. Lines up 2 on Flarich, but doesn't manage to take down either of them. Yakinda does take 1 out, however. Also, that was a kill with a CZ75, which is only worth 100 gold. $100, sorry.
Well, gold will be pretty much what they're after in this case, because this moment is just a matter of exits, and, you know...
That's it.
Mouse was going to be able to do it. He was behind Fork there. That's with that extra gold. What do they use? They're able to get 2 AWPs, and I think this might be more a matter of... I don't think this is necessarily super calculated from Kinguin. I think it's more just a matter of we need stopping power. So they really want to be able to get firepower of 2 AWPs on their side, because that can stop an approach or an attack onto a site dead in its tracks if used correctly. And Mouse is actually in a very forward position, so he might be able to get an early advantage. I'm a bit worried as to whether he'd be able to get out of it, though, and he's fallen back a little bit into checkers, so that's fine.
Only player who's contesting at the moment is Yakinda, but then again, you can't really take Yakinda out of a... Can't really take him too lightly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. 1 player watching mid, 2 players on A, 2 players on B. 1 back at generator, 1 checkers, which is the player we were talking about before, Mouse. It looks like there's going to be 3 players moving towards B. Sorry, A, through A main. So they kind of figured it out. So many Molotovs going out. Oh, no! Actually, no, never mind. That was actually relatively clean. The AWP shot takes out the enemy. Just the ally dies as well. That was a very hard situation for that 1 CT to try and play. Nonetheless, the T sort of have this site. It's not 100%, but... Oh, wow, yes. The grenade usage has been so important this round. Yakinda sticking around for a bit too long, not checking highway. His teammates were smoked off, but the bomb is ticking. Full health bars on everyone from Team Kinguin, but half health on everyone on pro100. There's another grenade taking Ivan quite a bit lower, but he has got a sneaky position. Unfortunately, there's another player right next to him on forklift, so both players going to be finally taken out there. Bomb's going to be taken. 2 AWPs on the ground, 2 more AWPs on the ground, but they can't exactly take them. Got to take the pretty AWP as well, though. Come on, Mouse.
That's where the real decisions come into play. Do you take the AWP that's closest to you, or do you go for the one with the real pretty skin?
Always a pretty skin.
Speaking of the AWPs, though, this that they do. Getting the 2 AWPs back for that round is, I think, considering the rest of the money on Kinguin, that is a massive win for them. Not only getting that round, but not having lost the 2 most expensive purchases of it.
Yep.
Carrying those forward is good. If this strategy is going to work for them, having 2 AWPs, then that's it. That's basically a winning ingredient right there. We'll see perhaps a bit more of a timid approach from pro100. They look like they want to set up for a boost here.
For a second, I thought pro100 had the bomb on boost, and I was very, very worried. But that's all right. It's actually just in the back of their main. Ooh, a nice little bounce there. It's a bit of damage onto Kenzor. I'm sure that's one you practiced quite a bit, but still feels good when you land it, especially if there's an enemy there as you do.
Well, it's the second one that's going to be great. Oh, no.
Yeah, it doesn't do too much.
Maybe. It could have. It was destined for greatness, but it just didn't work out.
It moved all the way to Hollywood, but just didn't get its break.
No.
There's a mid push though coming out for Pro 100. It's kind of getting shut down the second they try and cross on the highway, but you've got your knife out at the wrong time, buddy. That doesn't feel that's not the best feeling in the world, but it doesn't matter because the CT still have control. And Minis with a very nice shot again. Such a reliable player with this AWP. Okay, there's one. There's one taken out there, but this is such a hard situation for Def to try and fight into. Has managed to put it turn into a series of 1v1s, but if he walks back too much, he's going to be in Mini's crosshairs. Does manage to cross that very awkward gap. The molly comes out, but I don't think that's on the point where he's going to be planned. Oh no, the bomb's on the...
Yeah, bomb's on top of red box, so
bomb's on top of red box.
That is not the place you want it to be, especially if you're by yourself. That pretty much means you have to jump up onto it and be exposed from both highway and truck there. So yeah, that was a tough enough situation turned very sour.
Was that because the player died with the bomb whilst they were up there, or was that just that like they died and the bomb just happened to jump up there because of just serious bad luck?
I think they might have been peeking that location. Okay, so we're Pro 100 going back to basics. They're rushing in pretty fast now. Yep.
Rush B, don't stop. Classic strategy. Nice. Taz managed to pick off 2 with the help of Ralin. In a good position to do a bit more damage. Kenzor, very, very low. Ivan, a little bit low. But they have managed to get the bomb down already. Managed to find the one boosted up the truck, but doesn't manage to get the kill. The wallbang coming through. When you're on 14 health, that's pretty reliable. Or about 14 health. Ivan now very low, trying to hold Squeaky by himself. There's a lot of guns coming through, a full team of them for Team Kinguin marching up the highway. There's one shot. Def managed to take down one, but he gets smoked off, so he's not going to be able to do anything. He managed to find the kill under the player defusing. They're defusing again, but there's not much Def's going to be able to do about this. He gets taken out. Bomb. Wait, no, he bought it enough time? Ah, okay. I got excited. I didn't see the player on the bomb. That was close, though. That was a very nice attempt by Def there. Firing through the smoke, knowing where the bomb was planted, picking off one bomb planter. Managed to get another kill as well, I believe, before the smoke went down. There's only so much you can do there.
Just the little things there as well. Knowing that it was actually much faster to pick up the other gun instead of reloading. So, yeah, little things like that can separate players like this from any other situation. In fact, if he'd stayed alive any longer there, he would have been able to... The T player in main there, if he'd stayed alive any longer, he would have been able to reload and potentially go for another spray down. He knew that he already had the angle. He'd already gotten one kill with it. So, and we're seeing a tactical pause here from Pro 100, by the way. I'm pretty certain that after something like that, after just rushing onto a site there and getting mowed down, not being able to close out these rounds post-plant, that's really what Pro 100 should be talking about here, is finding out what's happening after the plant, not necessarily before it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is exactly what this is. I feel like this is so far been an exact repeat scoreline-wise of the last round of the first half. They were
actually, yes, you're right. So far, yeah, 4 rounds,
4 rounds straight, lost 1,
and that's it's kind of snowballed a little bit. So 4 rounds, then 3 onto Kinguin. So if we're going to see a bit of a repeat here, this should now be Pro 100's round, and back to Kinguin, another couple for Pro 100. They've unpaused. And Kinguin are just going to stick with the double up strategy. And why not? It's doing some absolutely good work for them. Pro 100, on the other hand, very mixed buy coming out of them. They want to just make sure that they stick around that $200 mark, or sorry, $2,000 mark as much as possible.
The allied dink as well. That's a bit rough. Def is trying to do his work as he can with the Galil. He managed to find 1, but Mouse takes out 2 with the AWP. There's that AWP coming to work. But actually, the P250 doing a decent job. However, it's a P250 and a 1 health Galil versus quite a bit of defense on the CT side. Nice peeks there. Flarich is very low. Now he's the one with the Galil. He could have been making that trade. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow!
Oh.
Flarich knows exactly what's happening. Is he going to stay on B or is he going to rotate? I think he's rotating, which might be the smart play, especially as Minis is kind of watching this. He's going to peek out. He's probably going to realize that something's happening. Flarich being so careful not to make any noise. Right now, it's going to be a miracle if Minis would hears him, but he doesn't actually know where that player is. Gonna swap to his knife now and immediately make the rotate. Minis still hanging around this B site. This is tense.
The thing is, Minis doesn't even need an AWP to finish this. This is almost overkill.
He's
The
still
bomb's gonna
sitting
go
back.
down.
He's still sitting back in tree room. Kind of figured out what's happened now. I want to see him swap off the. Actually, yeah, he's just running the P250 because that'll be a kill shot at that point, won't it? I'm 99% sure that'll.
With the USB, yeah, absolutely. I mean, oh,
Ooh, no!
Flourish!
To find it, Flourish is just a god.
That was 4
That
kills.
was insane.
Two
Didn't manage
of
to pick up
those
the ace.
on very, very low health as well with a Galil. So,
and wasn't one
is-
of those with a P250 as well? Wasn't he the one who got the P250 kill?
I
Might have been. It might have been Ivan.
no, I don't think so. But
Okay.
yeah, that's the thing with.
I mean, if you're gonna pass your rifle from death, and then as soon as he dies, pass it off to. Passed off to Flourish, and Flourish. Like you only need one. That's it.
Well, yeah,
I
I mean,
Minis is gonna see this though.
if
Play close there. Sorry, continue.
well, I was just gonna say if he'd swapped to a rifle at any point there, his reactions I think would have allowed him to win that duel absolutely. Because with an M4 or even a FAMAS or Galil, if you could find one, he would have
Nice
been able
molly.
to get the first kill. But yeah, Rallen getting some early work.
Yeah, he does get taken. That was a clever reaction there. Instead of just backing off when he sees the Molotov comes out, he pushes up and gets a kill.
It is something that we'd seen sort of brought into popular
Ooh.
play.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we've got a new issue to troubleshoot here, so we're just gonna try and hop back into this. But anyway, what we've yeah, what we've seen in more recent years with Molotovs is that if you have a full health player and they feel like they can quickly get a peek through the Molotov, then they can actually get that kill. It's a bit risky. It means that you are guaranteeing that you're taking a hit yourself and you're likely to be brought down quite a bit of health. But if you can get that kill and get back out without getting traded out, then brilliant. You've given yourself a player advantage there, depending on the time of the round. We are going to test this server again just to see if we can hop onto it. The score was 12-11 when we had lost it, so we'll be back in soon. I think we might go to a quick pause and just try and figure out what's going on here, okay? So please stay tuned. We'll be back as soon as possible.
Never reminded, never taking whatever you told me. I know what I could be. Making emotion paintable answer. Tell me, is this what you made me?
Hello, welcome back to the Toyota Masters in Bangkok. We just had a bit of a problem with the server, but it is being restored from backup now, so we should be hopping back into the game very shortly. With any luck, that is very good news for us, because I was worried that we weren't actually going to be able to see the end of this game. So yeah, it sucks when technical difficulties happen, of course, but this way they've been able to pretty much put us straight back where we left off.
Yeah, and it would have been a massive shame, like of all games, not to see the end of. It'd be a massive shame to see this one because this has been so close and very interesting as well. Like, you know, at first it was, it was kind of Pro 100's game, and they were doing so well, and they were kind of like, it looked like they were so in control of this, and they kind of let it slip a bit, and it ended up being, 7-8 against them at halftime. And then like that was kind of that hectic second half. I mean, this is a flawless recap, I'm sure, of every single thing which happened in the game so far. But you know what I mean? It's been a very exciting game up until now. The actual scores should be 12-11 to Pro 100, if I'm not mistaken. Pro 100 on the attack, and Kinguin on the defense. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Well, we are hopping back in with 13-12. That is Pro 100's favor, but I'm not sure if we're going to be hopping back a bit and one or two of these rounds are going to be discounted from it. That's
well, for those of you who kind of connected late, do you want to get and for those people who are still watching, do you want to give a bit of an overview of what's happened, how the game's looked so far, what do we expect to see for the next little bit?
Okay, well, so far we did see Pro 100 come out with a pretty good start, and they've done that on both halves here, both CT and T, and this is a particularly good showing from them purely for the fact that in terms of the amount of experience, the amount of playtime they've had over the past few months, it's been relatively limited compared to Kinguin. They're also playing more within their own region, which is Kinguin have that more international experience, stepping a bit more broadly in Europe and further abroad from that. So yeah, for them to be able to really take it to a team like this is a particularly good sign. On the other hand, though, Kinguin, once they've effectively wisened up to a lot of what Pro 100 have been doing, they've been trying to account for it, and we normally see a lot of good results from them towards the second or the later parts of the halves here, at least if the first half's anything to go by. But we now have the scoreboard updated, and it is 13-11 Pro 100 in the lead, and we're still just waiting for them to be able to hop back in the game. Both sides are pretty keen to get on with it.
Well, as you can imagine, you've been playing this game. It's in the clutches at the moment. Even though Pro 100 are in the lead at the moment.
Well, there we go. The unpause has come in, and we are going to be back into it. And Def has the Mac 10. It's going to be a pretty good option this time around. He might be able to make some serious bank with it. And only one rifle on the CTs. They have been able to salvage that from the last round, it would seem.
Yeah, no real full strong buys coming out here. Either that or Def's just trying to show up the rest of the server with the use of the Mac 10. However, Yanda does manage to find one, is playing into a series of pistols, but oh no, Reitz takes him down with the P250, gets rewarded with an AK for himself. There's a few players hovering around the mid area. That looks like they're pushed into vents now. Here's Def with the Mac 10. Is he going to be able to find anything, make it work? No one in checkers at the moment. Well, no opposition in checkers at the moment. The entire team, all 4 players from Pro100 are out here. There's one player in that back area. I don't think they've realized how close they are. The Deagle managed to get him. It's not even a 1 dig, but it still makes it work. One player picked up in heaven is the CZ75 up against the AKs. CZ75 gets taken down, sorry. Well, my bad. Pro100, 1 match off. Taking this to, well, at least taking it to tie. Taking it to overtime. Feeling pretty comfortable.
Well, if we are back, I hope we are. Welcome back. Okay,
right.
well, you should hopefully be able to see the game now. So, you see, it's 14-11. Pro100 being able to continue the lead. The last round was a bit of a save for Kinguin. So this time they have the rifles. They're going to be able to try and do something. Minai's there giving away the game a little bit by making a bit of sound, try and hop up onto a boost spot.
They do have a few players all around the spot. Looks like the player in Squeaky's finally going to spot it out. It's Kenzo here. He's going to drop as many shots as he can. Ooh, gets taken out through the door of Squeaky. And yeah, that's a very nice shot. We've seen a lot of wallbangs and a lot of interesting wall damage coming out. It pretty much feels like it's grenades and wallbangs this game. That is like what I would describe this as.
A fair amount of it would be, yeah.
Up quite a way. Managed to find himself another one there. Getting the headshot, drops. Ooh, there's Taz and Rylan both doing the teamwork to take that out.
Oh, he has bomb now.
Minis managing to find 3 kills. Might make this a fourth. Go for the wallbang, but not quite finding it. However, that player might be pushing out for the back. There's his 4th kill. Gets it with the AWP because Mini can't find himself a 4K with without at least one of them being an AWP kill. Doesn't even matter if his team hasn't bought one yet.
Yeah, that was pretty much bad news there. He was able to pick that up. And I mean, if Kinguin are going to be able to fight their way back into this, it is being able to do it on the back of the purchases of Pro100, getting that AWP, getting the AKs as well.
The immediate, very early anti-boost Molotov put out there. I don't think that's been something Pro100 has favored quite as much as Kinguin did on that side. In fact, I think Kinguin's probably used it almost as much as Pro100 have. Even though they're playing on the CTs here. Very nice spray through the smoke to find Mouse. It's the first one down. Now it's 4v5. They still have their AWP and 2 AKs to work with on the side of Kinguin. But at the moment, Pro100 haven't committed to pushing on either one site. The bomb is still in that back garage area, mid garage. So they're opting to push out to the middle area a little bit. They did use that boost. Maybe eat my words.
Well, they're going to be setting up towards B. This will be a B split, and it's been spotted out now. Flourish there, taking a bit of a hit to the dome. Grenade coming in. Roland's going to want to try and spray through that smoke, but it's not going to work, and they've got real estate. They're on the site.
Yakinda played that very patiently, waiting for the flash to wear off. The player coming back through vents, however, does get traded back. Does get the kill he managed traded back by Kenzo. There's one player left, and that is Rylan. Rylan has done some very sneaky things this game, but you got to think going to be opting for that defensive play at the bottom of that heaven ramp. That's it. I'm not going to get too overconfident. Push that. It's actually what, yeah, even though it looks like he's not, he is watching from people rotating off through Tree Room. And Yakinda might be the one to find that. Especially if he doesn't check. He flicks around at the last minute, but that's going to be an AK for Rylan if he decides to pick it up. He's a bit scared of everyone else, but everyone else is rotated back through B-halls.
He's got the AWP. And that's a much better prize there. So hanging on to the M4 purely for the fact of needing to be able to fight off a horde of terrorists if they decide to swarm him. But instead, he only has to deal with one. That's a bit of extra money in the bank for him. And of course, there is the benefit of bringing the AWP to this next round. And now that they have to play for, well, overtime, if anything, every little bit counts here. And that grenade, oh, Kenzari knows about that grenade. He is going to lose 47 health from it.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Only one player currently holding this mid area for the CTs. Does have the low health enemies to try and work with. The flash comes out, but no one's going to push on it. It doesn't look like they figured out there's no one in that sniper's area up near the up near Zed. Taz, however, looking like he wants to go in there. In fact, all mid control has been given up by Kinguin at the moment. This is if they lose this round, they have lost this map. So, you know, they must be playing very tense. They've got to absolutely win this. They can't afford to be too passive. There are 2 players on this B site for Kinguin, but 4 players from pro100. And it looks like both of those 2 players for Kinguin are going to be taken down. Oh, sorry, one of those players is going to be taken down. One of the players being taken down cross map potentially. I don't know, but there was one player still hanging around the heaven area. They do have a FAMAS, an AWP, and a CZ to play around with here. 1 player in tree, 1 player pushing out through B. So they're going to probably wait for that player to, B main. They're probably going to look for that player to push through B main before they can all make this hit together. There comes the smoke, smoking off 1, but there are 2 immediate kills coming out. Not sure my screen's frozen.
Taz has 1. He doesn't have the others, though, and he has so much work to do. But that is it. Pro100 taking Cache off of Team Kinguin. Final score, 16-12.
Yeah,
and I do want to inform everybody when it'll
oh, what?
the right map. I know.
I was so excited.
Make its, debut into the active duty roster, but no, not now.
Look, I'll take offers instead if they're willing to put that on, but I don't think that's going to be in there either. I think that's probably physically impossible. Makes me sad.
Yeah, well, it's
one day.
It's not physically possible. They'll try to do it, and they'll have to recoil from it as if being burnt by holy water. But that was an amazing first showing from pro100, at least first showing on against Kinguin. They've been able to take the first map. Second map would be a particularly interesting matchup between these 2. So we'll have to see if we do actually have the veto for that. And second map will be Nuke. So that's one of your favorites, Fetch.
Yep.
This will, I think, play to some very, very different disciplines. I am wondering if it will reward a lot of Kinguin's more risky rushes onto sites there. I doubt it, because if, say, for example, if pro100 were able to do that much damage onto them just through those much fewer choke points in Cache, then yeah, I think Flourish alone is going to have a lot of fun on Nuke. But anyway, we'll have to see how that goes. Please stay tuned, as we'll hopefully be jumping into that map very shortly.
My team, New world, let's go. We wanna play. กระจังหน้า Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำเปียโนแบล็คไปพลัสทำสนุกกันเย้ดาริสเอชินไลฟ์แอคทีเวเต็ด
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่งสามารถเป็นไปได้ชีวิตเลยเต็มไปด้วยเส้นทางให้เลือกไปใช้ชีวิต Live a life
My team, New world, let's go. We wanna play. กระจังหน้า Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำเปียโนแบล็คไปพลัสทำสนุกกันเย้ดาริสเอชินไลฟ์แอคทีเวเต็ด must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from hidden sin. With me tonight. I run
goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Glossy Black ล้ออันลอยสีทูโทนเบาะหนังสีดำดีไซน์สปอร์ตภายในตกแต่งสีดำเปียโนแบล็คไปพลัสทำสนุกกันเย้ดาริสเอชินไลฟ์แอคทีเวเต็ด
บนโลกที่ทุกสิ่ง
Hello, welcome back. And surprise, it's not nuke, it's overpass. Haha. And
Absolutely.
You're tuning into the Toyota Masters Bangkok 2018. We're into the pistol round already, and heads are popping. It's now 3-3.
They really are. It's a tense little battle back and forth here. The battle over Monster. A lot of tap-to-taps going on. Finally been forced into a 2v3. Once again, screen's doing some weird things. Ikinda finds Mouse, and now it's just Taz who's gonna be alone here. Trying to find his way up here through connector, but it's not an ideal spot to be in, especially when the bomb is on the site. But I mean, hey, he's making it rotate. That's pretty smart.
Well, they've got the bomb, so he's kind of got to go to them. They've seen it drop, and I think they're just going to try and bait him into a fight that he can't necessarily win here.
Yep, there it is.
Pretty much it. There weren't too many options available to him. He had to get. I mean, if he didn't go, then, in fact, to be honest, it would be debatable as to whether he even have enough time after he got the bomb to rotate, which might have been an option. We'll see if almost complete save here from Kinguin.
Well,
Just
I mean,
a couple of pistols purchased. That's a pretty conservative approach to it. But those MP9s, they are going to make it rain.
oh yeah, and you know, $900 extra dollars. Well, $900 for every kill you get with an SMG. So you can build up a decent economy with that. That said, pro100.
Well, they've left the bomb pretty far back. I don't think they wanted to risk going in a conga line into hell itself and losing the bomb as a result. So Yeah, even though there's very little invested into this, they're still playing this slow. They want to get a maximum opportunity created based off of these Glocks, Desert Eagle and P250. But they'll be running into a 3-man stack on A.
Yeah, and one of them's already been taken down, and that was the P250, so it's one of the better guns in the team as well. Rylan does have the deagle, so he's going to be the one trying to make things work, but he misses that first shot. Doesn't matter, because he gets the third one. Clean headshot. Third time's a charm. Never been more true, I don't think, than Rylan in that situation. Now, there's still a player on B, and I think that's still one in... No, it's not one in heaven, but it's one still sitting on A.
Yeah,
Rylan's
that's
away here.
no. Yep.
Yep.
And he is going to be perfectly positioned here. He's going to get one, but he's been spotted out now. Not that it matters. And that's it. It is just a matter of mowing them down. Again, those MP9s, they did definitely bring in the top dollar. So I think we might potentially see a player of the likes of you can upgrade there. Actually, no, he was the bank. He dropped an AWP for Ivan there, so... Yeah, well, not a bad move. I mean, with if you do sort of play towards close angles there, the MP9 is still effective, especially if you run up to Fountain here. Let's park there, and as soon as he gets spotted out, I think his head's going to get taken off, and he's going to be flanked if it weren't for Ivan. A marvelous protector. Guardian.
I didn't quite see that shot because we're still on WoW. Another nice playing the angle around this fountain. Upgraded from that MP9, arguably the AK is slightly more effective as he managed to get behind that headshot, drops down the bomb as well. Very nice aggressive defense from pro100.
Yep.
Now it's just Reese. Nope, never mind.
Nope, he is gone there. That's an absolutely clean round from pro100 and a little bit disastrous on the side of Team Kinguin there. 5 AKs. And they don't get a single kill for it. They were having better results. They literally had a better result with those pistols the round previous to it. So,
well, I mean,
just them rushing in and not getting anything for it is another question. But we will see them back on 4 Desert Eagles and a P250 with a grenade as well. So I think they're going to pick a site, hopefully get an early pick, and just pile on top of that.
Yeah, and I believe the P250 can get a headshot if you're super, super close range. Sorry, can get the one shot with a headshot if you're super, super close range. Not as reliable as that deagle, but I mean, you know, if you play your cards right, you've got 5 one-shots loaded into the barrel already. But it is a much harder ask than that.
Again,
but, you know, facing down the barrels of AKs, AWPs, and a single FAMAS. There's one kill with a headshot.
Yeah, and I think we might see another one. Yeah, Flourisher there is just going to sort of rope around here. And he's just going to get the angle on a lot of these players. They don't have...
2 of them even.
Oh, are we going to see an ace? Come on,
it's like Yakindo really wants to play spoiler on that one. He does manage to. Flourish, I think.
Come
I can imagine the yeah. Imagine the banter coming in there. All right, but at this point, pro100 looks so dominant. The last rounds we've seen them get ahead and then look a little rough after that. But I still want to, like. Do you think that's going to change if Kinguin can finally manage to get into one of these sites?
I think the main problem they're facing at the moment is one, Ivan there. Absolutely. Yep. As a aggressive AWPer on overpass, CT AWPer on overpass, being able to do that successfully is a real skill in itself. That's at the same time, they're also presenting opportunities to get traded out there. And my God, Ivan, he is using his utility really well. Throws that Molotov into toilets there, and that actually holds Taz back quite a bit.
He's the only player on A at the moment as well. And he's not looking like he's pressured. He's looking like A is such a solid site. I wonder if King wouldn't even know that he's the only player there. Because right at the moment, it looks like they're backing off. He does have some reinforcements coming out now.
Oh, he's going to see that pre-fire come in there on Upper Park and Long A there. So he's going to be able to pull, basically maybe pull one additional player off, and you see that in the form of Yakindo. Ivan getting another kill onto Minis there. That's their AWP, their counter AWP, if you will, gone.
Yeah, but it's so hard to AWP against someone like Ivan. You know, a good sniper never takes the position you expect him to. And Ivan seems to always be in a position kind of, even when it's one you expect, it's not one you can really challenge, and that's a really good play there. Not being able to find Kendor, not being able to find the 3 kills, but does make it just Taz, who's going to come into this one alone. Doesn't quite give enough respect to that that little hidey hole there.
We're going to see a tactical pause. At least I hope it's tactical coming out from Kinguin here. And I almost think we're going to see a bit of a repeat of that first map, where they have lost those, well, in this case, 5 rounds in a row, getting very little for it. I had to pick on Reitz a little bit here, but he's on 0 kills. Not that the rest of his team's doing too much better on 1 each, and Roland's the only one with 2. I think we're going to see a much more aggressive push here from Kinguin, or at the very least a much more calculated one onto a site. I think they're going to want to avoid A, and yeah, you'll see them doing that, and I think that's a smart call. They've seen Ivan there in so many of these rounds where they're just getting stopped, or at least getting one of their players killed early on, so going through lowers here, through connector into water there, and going for these boosts, that's very good. They're getting a lot of information as a result of that.
Yeah, boosts and overpass have been historically quite a tough thing to try and contest. But never mind, there it is, contested from up in heaven. Very nice little kind of, a little bit of awareness put there by Flarich.
I don't think he was even looking for it. He just caught him in his periphery and was happy to take the shot there and take Roland out of the round.
Hmm.
So that's more of an opportunistic thing, getting the rotate onto this this B side, or at least rotating the heaven there.
Very, very deep rotation back from Kinguin as well.
Yeah, and I think they might be a little bit too optimistic if they think that they've pulled Ivan off of this A site. He's going to be hopping around. He's doing the exact same thing as last time, and it's mostly for the fact that he has not been challenged in that regard whatsoever. But
there are 3
utility
players
coming
now.
in.
Ivan took the shot, but he wasn't able to get punished for that one. There's the Molotov coming out. Ivan takes down 2 of them already. Finally gets shot down as well. But there's 1 player remaining, just Mini. He's also been able to do some decent work, but doesn't have his trusty AWP, so doesn't quite manage to make anything happen of that one. So hard to push A against Ivan. So hard. You gotta, like, this feels like it's pro100's map. Something I was actually gonna say about that pause. After the pause last game, on the last map, we saw Kinguin come out and like bring this really fast, really quick style, which is what took Pro100 by surprise and what kind of let Team Kinguin leverage a comeback. But in this situation, they can't play aggressive. They can't make those fast plays because they just immediately get punished for them by Ivan. Almost always Ivan, but occasionally, Flarich and the likes.
Yeah,
this might be it, though, coming through connector.
See, Mouse, he'll go in there, and we are getting a few trades in. This is their best chance yet, but the bomb will go down, and that is it. Unfortunately, the mostly unarmed players on this CT side, or on the T side rather, will go down, and yeah,
Ivan with the
7-0 now.
Yep, Ivan says, you can't forget about me here. Takes that last shot. Pro100 pitching a 7-win lead. That is ridiculous. Like, you talked about Kinguin being the kind of favorites. You said Pro100 maybe haven't had as much play.
Well, yeah, exactly. And from seeing this, I think that maybe we do need to see Pro100 go up against some of our other teams here, a more well, perhaps say the likes of Heroic or Renegades or even Tai Lu, just to give them a bit of a result, perhaps even a go, just to see what the rest of what another team from Poland can do. So, yeah, I think Kinguin, on the other hand, this is going to be a very stressful situation for them. I don't know if they're expecting Pro100 to put up as much of a fight as they have so far, but this is a very awkward time to find out that that is indeed the case. That they are fighting, they want this, they've done their research as well.
The other thing about this sort of thing is I think it's a very styled matchup. Pro100 have been making plays which a lot of other teams wouldn't. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe those are the plays which counted Kinguin as a, as a ridiculous kind, as a kind of a hyperbolic way to put it. maybe those are the plays which beat Kinguin, but might not beat other teams. And Kinguin might have no trouble shutting down other teams who play more standard.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about Ivan, for example. If Ivan were to try that aggressive AWP play towards Fountain, Playground, that kind of area there, I feel pretty confident that other teams would be able to clue into that very quickly and punish him as a result of that. I don't think he'd be feeling like he had nearly as much room. I don't think we'd see him bunny hopping around, but that said, oh, the trades come in. What could have been an early advantage goes down, and good utility coming in. Leaves 8 seconds left without access to the bomb there. He's there, is going to have to hop back and won't be able to do too much except maybe get 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah, he's going to be a struggle for him in general, though. Gets taken down. They lose the AWP as well, so there's 2 AWPs for the side of the CTs if they choose to keep those. Looks like they will. I mean, obviously, one of those going to Ivan, that feels like it's a pretty safe bet. They're 8-0 now. Kinguin going for another pause. Sheesh.
Yeah. That's absolutely needed in this case. They need to figure out what is going on. I think, I mean, the fact that pro100 have the second AWP now might throw a few potential game plans out of the window for Team Kinguin, but at the very least, they've got to know that perhaps if they can figure out how to shut down Ivan towards that A side there, they're going to open up a lot more opportunities for them and be able to perhaps take that side, or at the very least, remove such a strong player from that lineup. He's got 12 kills, 3 deaths. He is not really worried about anything that can throw at him just yet. So if they figure that out, then brilliant. If they use this time to perhaps calm down, because 8-0, that's got to be a bit of a tilting factor there, then maybe they can come back to this with a bit of a level head.
Well, this is where, mentality. People always talk about how good a player is, how good this, that, and the other, who's your in-game leader, all that kind of stuff. But another big factor in this is how positive your teammates are. It sounds ridiculous, the whole, friendship and positive thoughts win you games. But in a situation like this, if you don't have at least one really positive teammate who's just like, all right, say no, they're 8-0 us, we can do it back to them, something like that, your team mentality is crushed, you feel like you have no hope, and you're tilted off the face of the earth. And that, if you're in that situation, you're going to win the game. So it's going to be as much a test of mentality as it is skill for Kinguin right now.
And plus, on the flip side there, pro100 themselves, they've got to be feeling like they're on top of the world. And that in itself presents its own dangers. If you get too hyped, then if something bad happens to you, if you lose, say, a couple of rounds in a row there, you can come down pretty hard. You can pretty much go to the other end of the spectrum there and feel very miserable. So I've got to watch out for that, but I don't think they're quite in danger of that happening just yet.
Ooh, Ivan gets taken down by a 1-dig. A lot of kills go around to the T side, but at least that might be some confidence for them. Never mind, they get completely cleaned up. 3k for Def, kill for Flarich, and a kill for Ivan. Yeah. That feels a bit rough, but it wasn't eco. It was a pistol round. More or less, a buff pistol round. Now they've got their AKs, their AWPs, and everything else they want to use.
Well,
not
here's another factor,
all you talking about what, though?
Just talking about the economy side of things, I mean, yeah, Kinguin have been on the eco rounds for the last few. Well, they've been reset and bouncing back and forth. pro100, on the other hand, 3 of their players are above 10,000, sitting 12 and 13,000. So I'm wondering if Kinguin are even going to have a chance to put pro100 on an eco this half. I dare say they won't be able to, but...
Ooh, Taz finds the opening kill, but does get trade. Mini, finally, on that AWP, feels a bit more comfortable, managing to find a kill for himself. 4v3, so this is the kind of advantage which Kinguin needed to find. Ivan is out of the game as well. That is a big, big part. It means that this A site is not as strong as it once was. There's one player, Yakinda, rotating all the way back through the playground kind of area. Maybe rotating back through there.
This gives them a little bit of information, but they don't have eyes on connector, so they are taking a little bit of a gamble on A. It works out because we can see everything, but they don't know necessarily everything that we do.
There we are. Looks like there's a 1-for-1, but once again, that favors the team who has the more players. Def going to get flanked out by this AK. A very, very slight little bit of skin found there, but that's enough. Yakinda, he may as well contest this from long, because look at the economy. As you said before, it's so big.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit concerned, and it doesn't look like, I don't know if anyone's actually watching A long. It has been smoked off, but that just gives Yakindo an ability to get into the site. He finds one. The next player is Mini with an AWP, which is very, very much a daunting prospect. He managed to find the kill. It was 1 for 1. And I mean, I feel like pro100. What do you think about pro100 getting that 1 kill? Was that actually worth something, considering how much money they have to throw at this throw at the problem?
100%, yeah. Because I mean, even if they know it's a lost cause going into a 1 versus 3 fight like that, they know that whilst they have a lot of money, Team Kinguin has been struggling. So anything that they can do to keep them as weak as possible, perhaps even deny them a little bit of utility, and in this case, you can see a bit of armor there. 2 players without helmets. That's Minis and Taz there on Kinguin. That means that those M4s, instead of having to dink and then get a second shot to get a headshot kill, they only need the 1 shot net. So CS can be a very incremental game in terms of just getting those little advantages that build up into something big. And with a little bit less utility and armor, they might have found that for this round. So we may indeed see pro100 resetting Team Kinguin as a result of that. But those are just purely looking at the buy-ins this round. It could turn out very differently. Kinguin might be feeling a little bit more confident getting at least 1 round.
That's it. His flourish on the very, very far, very, very high up. So looking at this, does get flashed out. It's going to be taken down, this time punished for the over-aggression. That said, they do still have 2 players watching A. There is the smoke has come down. That means that Ivan is not going to be able to hold that angle as well as he has in the past. Also down to 16 health. Kinder does manage to find one pushing up near toilets. Gets one, finally shut down. Ivan still actually pushed up all the way to toilets.
Yeah, he's going to be a
3v3
from that position.
They've got scouted up. There might be someone there. The grenade's going to go a bit wide. Taz peeks this when he's dead, and there it is. Taz gets shut down, punished for that lack of head armor, I think. It's exactly what you highlighted. A very nice shot through the wall into the head. Now it's a 1v1. Ivan versus Mouse. The molly goes out. The jump spots him out. The no-scope!
Well,
that is way too gutsy.
He scoped in just for a split second there, but
it didn't show up on my screen. In my defense, it showed that there was no scoping whatsoever. So that's my apologies, but still.
So I only caught like a split second of it. So no, that's fine, but that is amazing. So Ivan, you can see the kind of setup they were going for upper park there in long A. They were hoping that Flourish would be able to get the flank on them because Ivan would get the first pick. They would try to get into cover around where Flourish is sitting there and basically just feed him. But that didn't work out. Ivan, though, getting dropped down to that low health after the smoke gets dropped, still goes for an aggressive position. We're seeing more aggressiveness from Flourish there as well. So, yeah, this is really working out for them. I was worried that they were going to be a bit of a timid team, but they have very much come into their own here, and they are just tearing Kinguin apart.
Yeah, now it's just Reitz with a Tech 9. Not the worst pistol in the game, but not quite as good as an AK. There you go. I want to bring Team Kinguin's purchasing into question here, because they didn't buy the head armor, and actually, the player, I think it was Mini, who had enough money to buy the head armor, had like 2 point something gold, or 2 point something K money, and didn't opt to buy the head armor still. And I was questioning that, and then they tried to force the next round with the head armor, and it just, I don't know if it's you or me, but it seemed a bit odd.
Yeah, I gotta agree, because I mean, one of the main advantages against a CT side there is that typically, unless they've stolen a bunch of AKs off you, or they have AWPs, you have the peekers advantage, not just in the fact that, depending on what tick you're playing on, you'll be able to see them first. But additionally, your shot, if you get the headshot first, you'll win. But anyway,
ooh, that's a nice spray down by Flourish with featuring Ivan. 2v5, easy, relatively easy for them. Finishes off with a P250 to the face. Once again, Ivan's reclaimed his throne over that A site. Flourish helping him out there. These two playing those aggressive angles, being in whichever position you don't want them to be in if you're Team Kinguin. They go up 12-1. This map has felt so comfortable for pro100.
Yeah, there's no other way to really put it. It seems like whatever pro100 want to do as a CT side, and there's not going to be a lot there to stop them from doing it.
Yeah, they're aggressive. They're aggressive when they should be when you expect them to be defensive. So far, this has been a 2-for-1 though. And a couple of players on the B side. Wow, Flarich spinning around, getting the headshot. Go away, don't bother me. Kind of reactions coming out. Taz about half health. Reet's kind of watching over this area, watching over the water area. Looks like the T's aren't 100% sure what to do. They kind of want to go for this B side, but they want to make sure that they want to try and delay it, see if they can pull a rotate to A, maybe?
Maybe, but that's not going to be the case. In fact, you've even got Ivan. Again, these risks that they're taking, and the fact that they've paid off for so many rounds like that.
Yep.
He gets 2 in quick succession, and Minis, you can see he's so desperate just to take Ivan alone out of this equation, just get some kind of trade, create some kind of good situation for him. pro100 in control of almost every situation that they're presented with.
And once again, Bomb, it's probably more justifiable in that situation where you kind of have to make something happen. But still, Bomb being dropped out on the site and in the middle of the open is kind of what pulled that second player out to be killed by Ivan as well. That's been a bit of a mistake. I really want the Team Kinguin coach to kind of sit down with him and be like, guys, right, here we are, the Mac 10. I can't believe that. I feel like that one shouldn't have worked, but Roland makes it happen. This is a very aggressive play. This is much more like the Team Kinguin, who are winning rounds. Taz does manage to find the kill, finally traded out by Roland Reetz. So they have sort of control of this site. They've got the bomb. They haven't put it down yet. There we are. Very nice play by Reetz, managing to get the headshot onto Def. Here is Ivan with an AWP. Does manage to take down one. It's a 2v1 now. However, he's going to face a... Oh, no! Runs out of ammo. Perfectly inopportune time, but does manage to take one back. The forced buy in the final round of the half. 13-2. This is a tough climb by Kinguin, but if they play like that round, hey, maybe they've got a chance.
Maybe. I mean, they say the oldest rule about Counter-Strike is that it's never till it's over, but I think with 13-2, the pistol round here is mandatory. Kinguin have to win this, of course. But even then, this is a real psychological game that they're going to be playing on themselves here, and this is where you really have to almost mentally train yourself to deal with large tasks, especially ones where you have very little room to make mistakes.
Oh no. A few mistakes coming out there. Very nice Roland with a flank. Sort of well-coordinated plays across the map. The bomb is down for pro100. It's not been placed down and armed, but it is fallen down. Flarich being forced back. Managed to find a decent amount of damage onto those 2 players defending the ground on the other side of Monster there. Minis is going for this play. I think it's a very long flank onto Heaven. Does start tapping away, maybe a bit early before the other teams have noticed him. Nice one shot by Reetz. Does manage to find him. Finds a connection to the other one as well. Very, very calm play by Kinguin. They looked like they're in a bit of an awkward spot when I saw both those players drop down, but you said they need to win the pistol round. They have. Yep, on the topic of mental, though. Sorry, on the topic of mental, though, they actually, like... I think this has got to be a pretty good time for the game to reset, because when the half resets, your mentality does somewhat as well. It's like, you know, it's like saying, we'll be with you in a minute when you're waiting for your coffee. Like, it resets the mentality just a little bit, and that's got to, as they were getting the momentum back, that's got to feel a little bit good, and that's going to be something good for their mentality, surely.
Well, yes. I mean, this is the first time I think we've ever seen Kinguin with a monetary or actual firepower advantage there, and Roland is see, even things like this, even given rounds where it's an eco, that's good. That is good. That means that you are 1 round closer to getting to that objective, however far away that might be. So fact that they can win that one, they can do it very cleanly as well. I don't even know if any one of them actually took any damage after that point. Not entirely certain, but
I think,
yeah, that. Yep.
I think Rylan got caught by a stray pistol bullet, but I don't actually know if it was anything significant, especially when he had armor, had a bit of armor for himself. But yeah, Rylan has been really making a point to try and be the one to bring this team back to kind of reset the mentality. Reese did an awesome job on the pistol round as well, but those are the two players who I was talking about. You need that one positive player, and the way they're playing, Rylan and Reese seem to be those two players at the moment. Genzor not quite missing, not quite managed to connect onto Taz as he jumps past. Mini, standing up a bit higher at the moment, does have the view into that actual toilet area. It's risky. The peek out! 1-for-1 trade, but Def also managed to find one onto Reitz.
This is early bad news for Team Kinguin. Tees will always have a technical advantage when it comes to equal numbers because they only have to really go for one there. I mean, yeah, so even though it's 3-3 now, pro100, they still have their choice of bomb site. Whereas Team Kinguin have to be able to read this and be able to choose where to place their 3 players.
And right now they have no one on A. And that's exactly where the hit's coming in. Flarich taking it slowly. Does have Ivan, the king of A long at the moment, right behind him, so... Oh, hey, man.
Might be able to catch out Def. He spotted him, and this nade might do the damage he needs it to. Does a bit.
So that's the thing, Rylan can't be too caught out with Def, because if he spends too long there, it looks like he's going back away immediately as I say that, which is it's a good play, the opposite of Cast a Curse, one might say. Because if he does get distracted too much by that T player, it's a very defensive play as well. This player right down here, managed to find the shot, Mini, with a perfect play, kind of knows where the other one is, has that intuitive knowledge, I think. He touches the bomb, there's another one down, they're going to defuse that, and they're going to be able to pull that round back. 4v3 becomes a 3v0. Very good discipline by Kinguin. Very good positivity, focus, Mini reading that play around the that very defensive part of lobby and whatnot. CT spawn. Plays that very, very well.
Yeah, Roland as well. Also picking the well, being able to prioritize who to go for there, because sometimes you might just want to sort of commit yourself just to holding back, say, Def in that situation. But he doesn't. He's able to actually catch him out much easier later on as a result of that. Def, though, wants revenge. He's not going to get on Roland, though. He's able to trade him out.
Yeah, it's not the worst situation considering how that was looking for a second. You don't let the T players getting too many free hits, free kills. Kind of like that. Unfortunately, Taz not able to do anything there, but the health bars aren't too healthy here. There's one taken out. Another one taken out. Unfortunately, there's the double spray coming down. One of the players caught reloading or changing weapons. I couldn't see exactly what that is. But now it's Mouse. Has to be careful of the player coming out to the left. He reloads at just the wrong time. However, he's still alive. He finds the headshot.
5 bullets.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Mouse.
Okay. I'll compose with myself. But yeah, the fact that he gets that first kill, that's great. But he was set just to get flanked there and destroyed. He didn't even have enough time to reload. So the fact is he's just got to commit to those last 5 rounds in the clip, and it works.
Yeah, geez,
That's
if it
gotta
was a
feel
headshot, that helps quite a bit. Wow, there's actually very low health bars on the side of pro100. There's the M4 coming out, trying to collect on those. Not quite managed to find both of them, but putting them quite low. Whoa, that's a tense gunfight going in. That player in Connector, very, very stressed, saying this is fine. And actually not taking any damage from that. But putting out a decent amount of damage on the other players. You'd hope that would have been a 1 gunfight, but the nerves are so tight at the moment. You know, pro100, as you said, they're starting to get a little bit nervous. Mini, yeah. Kind of gave that one away a bit. It's
yeah, not a bad play. It's just the fact that yeah, Dev had the drop on him that time, and that is it's really unfortunate. And this has given pro100. Well, they had a much stronger position to work from, but when you look at it, 3 versus 3, but they have low health on a lot of those players. Pro100 have to be very decisive in
Ooh.
their firefights.
That was very close to Taz taking out that final player. Now there's almost no health to work with, but headshots! It doesn't matter who has more health when everyone's landing headshots so successfully. Now there is a collective total of 47 health here for the T side. Mouse is playing this so carefully, but he's going to get picked out by the AK. Oh, geez. That was scary. Pro 100. They've only got a couple of rounds before they've won this.
And that in turn actually plays a little bit on the minds of this this T side here. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of room to work with, but on the same... Well, basically, they might play themselves, to quote the great DJ Khaled. It's just where you get into your own head and you basically choke. That's it. But they seem pretty keen to get this over and done with, and they're going a lot more aggressive, throwing a bit more utility onto B than we've seen other rounds.
Well, a change of a tempo might be good for them. They've got some rounds to play with, as you said. And if they just kind of try some really weird, quick plays, it might work out for them. Ooh, sneaky. Mini finding one with the 5-7.
Yeah.
Which is going to make this game that much easier. Headshot not being able to find that defensive CT player. This is more or less a stack on this B site. Looks like it's not going to work for them particularly well. The UMP not being able to find anything, and now it's just Rylan with the AWP. Is he going to save that? Is he going to try and find them on the site? Ball, and does manage to find one. However, the sound of that AWP's going to give away more. Where his position is, doesn't manage to find the quick kill, and that's going to be him punished with a headshot from Yakinda. That was very risky. 9 match points right now.
Just to bring it to overtime.
Yeah.
That is not the greatest, but Kinguin, their money is going to reflect that pretty directly as well. They have so little to work with. This is effectively an eco for them. Pistols, maybe a bit of armor, maybe a bit of utility, but against a